the Sao Paulo pass. We will be doing roughly 12-week mesocycle on it. Again, made famous by a guy called Leon Guerra, and this is his passing system. So we're going to predominantly look a few weeks on close guard. We'll look at different guards: close guard, half guard, lasso guard, Davahiva, spider guard, and we'll show you just different concepts you should be thinking about when you're looking to pass. So just a few concepts you should be aware of when you're inside someone's close guard, relating to when we played the Dungannon system. You know, remember the 45 inside? Carl really wants me about here. Anytime my body is sort of between 0 and 45, that's the perfect. All this sweeps and submissions, that's when they're going to happen at that angle. Where am I more safer? I'm more safer when I have vertical posture, 90 degrees, and probably most of you know how to pass the guard from standing, whereby I'd be coming up and starting to push and getting myself in safe positions. Okay. We are going to look at passing from the other safe position. So this is good when I'm postured, but this is also a good safe position. You see this a lot even in MMA, where they'll be controlling the biceps and my head is down. And now, anytime Carl tries to get angle on me, I can just follow him on my knees. Oh, it's very difficult. It's frustrating even from playing guard when you have someone down low like this. And if you're competing, you probably get warned by the referee for stalling, but we're not going to stay here too long. Once we get here and Carl's calmed down a little bit and he can't hit anything, I'm going to make grips on his lapels and stuff them under his armpit. I'm in this safe position. From there, I'm going to pick a side and I'm going to pin his bicep. And the minute I pin his bicep, I'm going to get into the Sao Paulo position. I'm going to go ear to ear on the opposite side of the underhook. And I'm just coming up into this position here. Now, I spread my legs as wide as I can, and I'm ear to ear. And now, that hand that had the lapel will win the underhook. Once I get there, I'm going to sprawl. I'm going to try and put Carl's right knee to the mat by walking my left leg out under here. That's going to cause two things. I'm putting a lot of pressure on Carl's close guard, but I've also trapped his right arm underneath his leg. From there now, I can let go with his hand, but rather than pushing at the knee, I want to push at the end of the lever, which will be more towards the ankle. Once I get to there, I'm going to switch my base to like a broken scarf hold scenario. I can start to push to try to open the guard. Some people will open from there, but Carl's tough. And from there, if he isn't opening, my back leg is going to step over those crossed ankles. Okay? There's a lot of pressure on the grip. Once I've split his legs from here, this free left hand is going to grab the pants. And now from there, I'm going to stuff his knee between my legs and walk all the way back into the half guard. Now, some of you guys have experience from this half guard position. I definitely do not want to be here because my hips are above Carl's and he can start elevating me and doing all this stuff. So we have covered the knee slice from here, so we're going to cover it again. So from here, the safest position I can get is my hips away from Carl. So I still have this grip. I'm just going to start walking out and putting all my weight over the mat. So my chest is pinning Carl's right arm to the mat, and my thigh is pinning his right leg to the mat. I'm like nearly X'd out here. So really, if Carl tries to do too much in there, it's very, very difficult. From that position, I'm just going to open up his elbow, bring my left knee towards my elbow, and I put the sole of my left foot on Carl's right thigh. I use that to free my knee. Now, if he's still pinching his legs, he's only trapping my foot in quarter guard. I just reach my head up and I stick my head on his throat, and then he wouldn't cross me. That's the best bit, by the way. You want to see that again? Let's go again. So, from our position, we're going to grab the lapels, okay? Let's push them under the armpit and just stay low in this safe position here. Again, I don't want to be winning the underhook too early. Probably mistakes people make from the Sao Paulo pass is winning the underhook early and then, see the way my hips are in line with Carl's? If I start to try and sprawl those legs out, Carl can start to get angle and start to attack my arms. That's never going to happen if I get my hips past his hips. So from there, I'm going to pin the bicep, and then I get ear to ear, so my head will be coming to the opposite side of the underhook, and I get into the Sao Paulo position. So my hips are way past Carl's, I'm ear to ear. Now I can win that underhook, and from there I start to put pressure on Carl's closed guard by cutting an angle and sprawling out with my left leg forward. That does two things. It puts pressure on his ankles, but now his right arm's pinned underneath his own leg. From there, my hand will reach back because his arm is pinned, and I find the ankle, and then I switch my base again. Okay, now a lot of times you will open the guard and you just go straight into the half guard pass in there, but if you get really stubborn people from there, my back leg is going to step over his ankles. That puts a lot of pressure, and you'll break the grip. Now from there, my free left hand grabs the knee, and I physically walk Charles back flat on his back. So he stuck his knee between my legs, and I walk back. And now, I win the underhook on this arm, and I sprawl out into the knee right half guard pass. So once I have the right arm pinned to the mat, my chest, and my right leg is pinning his right leg to the mat, there's no weight on Carl. All my weight's on the mat. I open the elbow, bring my knee high, so I can put the sole of my foot on his thigh to free my knee. If he still has quarter guard and he's still connecting, the easiest way is to stick your arm in the rope. Win the underhook, and I'm into side control. Let's do that again, bro. So, from here, when the moment's right. If Carl's constantly attacking from here, I'm not going to do it. If he's cutting angles, I'm just following him. And eventually, when the moment's right, I'm just going to pin that bicep. Once I pin that, I go straight up into the Sao Paulo position, widen my legs as wide as I can. Now I win that underhook. And now I trap his arm underneath his own right leg by cutting an angle and sprawling out and trying to get his right knee to the mat. Frees up my hand, can start putting pressure, and now see the way my head's still on the mat, and now I just switch my base, still pushing to try and open this. If I still can't, I'm going to step over with my back leg. Now my left hand grabs the knee, and I stuff it between my legs, and I physically walk back this way. I look for the whizzer on this arm, and then I start getting my weight on the mat. And I just walk out. All my weight's on the mat, not on Carl. My hips are not over his hips. Open up the elbow, which creates a space for my knee to come high. Sole of the foot will go on his thigh to free the knee. And once I get to there, head in the throat, and then we're into, that's the cargo platter. Okay, let's drill that.